Every character in Mahabharata is immortal in memory. Arjun, the warrior of focus and precision. Karan, the hero of generosity and tragedy. Bhishma, the man bound by his vow. But hidden behind these giants, there lies a name history almost erased, and that is Yuyutsu, a Kaurava prince who stood against his own blood, a man who chose truth over kinship. He wasn't a legend of power or fame, he was the voice of conscience in a lost world to war, and yet time forgot him. Yuyutsu was born on the same day as Yudhishthir, the first son of Kunti. But fate gave them different mothers and very different destinies. Yudhishthir was born of divine grace, the child of Dharma himself. Yuyutsu was born of a palace maid, the son of Dhritarashtra and a Vaishya woman. One was raised to rule, and the other one to serve. Inside the walls of Hastinapur, Yuyutsu grew up knowing what it meant to belong, and yet not belong. He was neither royal enough to be revered, nor he was ordinary enough to be ignored. And that is where his story begins, in the silent corridors between privilege and rejection. In the palace, every glance reminded Yuyutsu that you are different. He watched Duryodhana learn the art of politics, Bhim train with his mace, and Arjun hone his archery. But Yuyutsu's weapon was not a bow nor a sword, it was his conscience. He listened quietly when Bhishma spoke of virtue. He stood still when Vidur whispered about dharma. And he wondered, if justice belongs only to those who are powerful, then what is the worth of truth? He was a prince without a throne, but with a mind awake to right and wrong. As years passed, Yuyutsu found himself trapped between two worlds. On one side was his father Dhritarashtra, blind not only in sight but in love for his son Duryodhana, and on the other side stood Krishna and the Pandavas, upholders of righteousness, the champions of truth. And between them stood Yuyutsu, a Kaurav by birth, but a seeker of dharma by soul. He saw the envy in Duryodhana's heart grow into hatred. He saw the arrogance that would soon destroy an empire. And somewhere deep inside, a voice kept telling him, when the moment comes, you must choose. The day before the war of Kurukshetra, the world held its breath. 11 divisions of the Kaurav army stood against 7 of the Pandavas. Brothers, cousins, teachers, all ready to kill each other for power. And amidst this chaos, one man faced the most personal battle of all, Yuyutsu, the only Kaurav who questioned his side. Bhagwan Krishna's word echoed through the camps. Those who stand with adharma shall perish with it. Yuyutsu knew he could no longer stay silent. He walked away from Duryodhana's tent, removed the Kaurav emblem, and walked toward Yudhishthir's camp. That night, under the rising red sun of Kurukshetra, he made history. For the first time, a Kaurav had chosen the side of truth. Yuyutsu did not fight for glory, he fought for purpose. While warriors sought honor in blood, Yuyutsu protected those forgotten by the war, the wounded, the weak, the ones who could not fight. He also guarded the Pandava supply lines, ensured the safety of non combatants, and brought food to the hungry. In a world burning with hatred, he became the flame of humanity. They called him a warrior, but he was much more than that. He was the conscience of Kurukshetra itself. When the war ended, nothing remained. The Kauravas were gone. The land was soaked in silence and sorrow. But Yuyutsu survived, not because he was lucky, but because Dharma needed a witness. Yudhishthir, who was now a king, made Yuyutsu the guardian of Hastinapur, a Kaurav who now served the Pandavas. A reminder that redemption was possible, even for those born in darkness. While others retired into forest and exile, Yuyutsu stayed back, rebuilding what the war had destroyed. He restored peace, he rebuilt temples, and he guarded the throne that once rejected him. Today we remember the Mahabharata through its heroes and villains: Arjun, Bhishma, Duryodhana, Karan. But between them was Yuyutsu, a man who chose the light when the whole world walked into darkness. He was not sung about in temples. His name was not echoed in mantras. But if the Mahabharata is truly a story of truth versus illusion, then Yuyutsu was its purest truth. The silent prince, the forgotten conscience of an empire. When life asks you to choose between your own and the truth, some just walk away. And some, like Yuyutsu, rewrite history. If you enjoyed the story, then please hit the like button. Please subscribe the channel for more stories like this. I'll see you next time. Until then, Namaskar.